I, along with many other chronically online users of the internet, collectively rolled our eyes at the announcement of another Disney live-action movie. Some of us had mild hope that the movie wouldn't be absolute garbage and would turn out like the current and only best Disney live-action movie, Cinderella 2015, and the rest of us are still weeping from Mulan 2020. But then people's heads absolutely snapped off their necks once they heard Ariel was being turned black. All of a sudden, a black Little Mermaid was anything anyone could talk about for weeks, hell, months. Ignoring the usual nonsense that racists spew, there was the collective concerns of people within the black community who were just fed up with Hollywood's fake woke bullshit and using minorities in movies most convenient for them at the exact detriment to said community. But conversations like that are next to impossible to have when you have racists and trolls thrown into the mix, along with white knights trying to defend Black Ariel while attacking black people in the process. The next meteor coming in to destroy the human race can't hit this rock soon enough. Now, it's been a fair few number of months since the announcement that the gorgeous Hallie Bailey would play Ariel. Every type of an argument was had, and a majority of the internet had time to adapt or get over the news. Those who'll watch it will, those who won't. But as my feelings towards the news slowly begins to change, I've been able to expand my viewpoint on the topic, and while I still might not agree with the decision behind casting a black woman as Ariel, I can see where the people happy about this news are coming from. I have 3 major reasons why I've been against Black Ariel, so I'll list them out for you and explain how those opinions of mine have changed. And if you had similar reasons for also not liking the movie, maybe I'll help change your mind or shift your perspective as well. And if not, hey, at least I entertained you for 10 minutes. My first major irritant with the announcement of Black Ariel was that it felt like a hand-me-down. It felt like another situation of, instead of a cool, compelling new story being made with a central black character, was tossed in the trash to pick one with a former white character and change their race. I mean, come on, Tiana was right there. But that's where, from what I gather, the biggest misdirect of this whole scandal is. Apparently, Hallie wasn't cast as Ariel because she was black, but because she was the most qualified actress to play the part of Ariel. Now, I don't know how valid that claim is. I got it from Twitter after all, but it kind of makes sense given that Hallie does look good. I don't know, I'm not that familiar with the actress, but she looks competent. Unlike someone else we know. So then, if that was the case, why was it marketed as a black-washed Little Mermaid movie and not a movie with a black actor playing Ariel? Was Disney banking on the outrage because outrage marketing is the best marketing? Or are fans of Black Ariel just clamoring for excuses and deluding themselves? I choose to be an optimist and think it was the former. But then one would ask, why was casting open to all races in the first place? But I realize that kinda is unproductive and doesn't allow us as a society to move forward and break down walls of racial divide. After all, people who are normally against hiring people based on race, age, gender, or sexuality always use that argument and scream from the rooftops that people should be hired based on their credentials, not any other factors. Well, put your money where your mouth is. She got hired to play Ariel because she was the most qualified, allegedly, and I don't know about you, but that makes me feel a little better. I recently watched Black Adam with Jay, and color me surprised to see Hawkman played by a black man. Where was the outrage and criticism then? I guess it wouldn't make sense seeing the main character is, you know. Or maybe DC didn't rely on outrage marketing and let the actors show for themselves why they were perfect for the role. And he did! Whatever your name is, you did good, sir. 10 out of 10 would smash again. I mean, would definitely watch his stuff again. Or maybe Hawkman is an inconsequential side character and changing his race doesn't matter. Maybe because he's a man? How would people feel about Hawkgirl being changed to a black woman? Honestly, I'd kinda wanna see that right now. That would be sexy as all hell. My second biggest gripe is, as previously mentioned, instead of pulling a stunt like this, a prominent black Disney movie could have been used instead. We have one! It might only be one, but it's still one! The Princess and the Frog is held up as the holy messiah in the black community. Critics might argue it was a commercial failure, but they obviously didn't look in black minority places where this shit played on repeat for almost a decade. I can quote the movie for you, and so can Jay. Slight side story, I went to a Turkish secondary school. That's middle school and high school combined for you Americans, and they tend to play movies for us in Turkish. I was the resident translator for any Disney movie because I could quote a majority of them, and Princess and the Frog was no exception as I explained what was happening. Imagine the irony of a Turkish translated black Disney movie being played for English speaking Africans. And y'all still claim this movie was a flop. Lies! Lies, hearsay, and slander. The only argument I can sort of see being used to deflect this point is because the animated movie wasn't a heavy hitter. Disney was scared to bring it to live action, or maybe planned to do so further down the line. I heard whispers of an animated series or sitcom based on The Princess and the Frog, so who knows what Disney had planned. It wouldn't make sense to pour millions of dollars into a movie people might not watch based on past sales history, but banking on their more popular IP is a safer bet. My third and final biggest pet peeve is it all just feels so fake, so pandering. I was told it's unfair to Hallie to think this way, but I disagree. It's not her I have lack of faith in, it's the company doing this. I do not, in any capacity, believe Disney has an ounce of sincerity in pulling this move. They cause more harm than good, because what's to say when a live action Princess and the Frog movie comes out that they'll have a similar open casting? What if a white or Mexican or Asian character was the best actor to portray the role of Tiana? Now you might argue it's different, that it's a black story and should only be played by a black character. How? The original tale of The Princess and the Frog was a white bitch. I had the books growing up. I remember a tall, skinny blonde bitch with a stupid pointy hat in that story. Tiana's story isn't any more black than Ariel's is white. And I know this might be a controversial opinion, but I believe this is a conversation to be had because we are trying to open a door we want no one else to walk through. Instead of looking to the past and making changes that hurt our future selves, why don't we look to the future and tell more unique and inclusive stories? And when we do, can y'all black people fucking show up? We can't keep screaming for shit for ourselves and then not even show up or show out when said unique thing happens, and then wonder why we don't get new shit when Hollywood realizes how flaky we are. We like to band together for the most asinine things and defend actual lunatics, but fall apart when it comes to things that actually matter. I'm so sick and tired of this horse shit. Anyway, hope the new Little Mermaid will be good. Fuck Kanye West, I'm happy his career imploded. Buy my new line of Fuck Disney merchandise. And with that being said, this is TVC, signing out.